So let's talk about retaking B site on CS2 Overpass. So there's a couple of approaches that you can take, and it's all depending on what the T's are doing as you arrive. So let's say you're just now rotating in off of A site, and they're just now starting to plant. If you come right here, right into the corner here of the door, you can just look up and find this point and this point on the bridge, right in between there along the railing, do a simple left click throw. That's gonna go all the way up here, and it's gonna molly off default where it spreads around, gets everyone in this corner as well as this far corner over here. It's pretty much the best molly for center site, so if there's anyone still hiding out here, it's going to be really easy to kill them as they push off of those locations. If they've already had bomb down for a couple of seconds and you think they're already in a good post-plant setup, you can come into this exact same position, but instead of mollying default site, you can find this little V here in this kind of shadow part of the bridge and just do a middle click throw, right? So that's where you release left and right click at the exact same time, and it's going to land right here into pit to where there are no areas down here that they can hide and hold these angles. They're going to be forced off, and it's going to be really easy for your heaven player or the people swinging around here to kill someone that's just out in left field. Or from this exact same position, you could also molly off back pillar by just doing a simple left click with a molly right at the top of this line. It's going to land right here behind the pillar, forcing out anyone to where they have to expose to heaven. And from this exact same position, you can just do a simple left click throw right in the middle of this window, and that is going to go right here, and it's going to smoke off short just like this. Or if you'd rather smoke off right side pillar, you can come into this side of the door frame right along the right hand side of it and just do a simple left click to right in the middle of this little bracket here on the bridge. That's going to land right here on the right side of pillar, where it's going to break any sort of crossfire where you're able to peek into short without having to worry about anyone down here in monster or that region over there. And so another great util set that you can throw is by getting into this corner right here, and you can throw a smoke at the top of this line in the graffiti, just like this, and then going down to this little black spot here and doing a jump throw with a molly. So this is going to end up mollying right in front of the smoke here, forcing any players to either push through out into the open onto site or back behind this molly to where they're way out of the fight as your teammates are pushing through and clearing all of these angles in the retake. One of the real downsides to retaking B side is the fact that it's really hard to throw good flashes from back here because they're just going to spot them from a mile away. I mean, they have such a long flight time that, I mean, they're just going to see that for so long and be able to turn away. So what I recommend doing is just focusing on team safe flashes and just making sure that the T's are having to turn away from them as your teammates are running out, as opposed to, you know, making sure they're getting full blinded. So I like to throw flashes generally like I'll be if I'm standing in this position, I'll just bank them off this wall here. It's going to be noisy, but hey, at least as your teammates are running out, it's not going to blind them, right? This wall is going to be in the way. And same with, like, say, you know, I have teammates, if they're running up along this side here, I'll throw kind of deeper flashes like up towards this window where they go over, they'll kind of go over this position here and not blind your teammates as they're hugging this right wall. It's just kind of that sort of thing is what I like to prioritize, as opposed to throwing, like, it's just really hard to get a good pop flash. You can also do a middle click throw like up here at this position. They'll just kind of pop right over. That's also kind of team safe. But again, they're going to have a lot of time to react to that. But hey, maybe in the chaos of everything, if a guy has to turn away, you get an advantage in the fight. I will say one of the better flashes that you can throw for B site is if you're up in heaven, you can just do a running throw at the right side of the pillar here. It's a little risky because you could get peeked from short, but this flash is going to bank off the pillar like this, right? And it's not going to blind any of your teammates as they're running up like this, but it's going to absolutely destroy anyone standing right here, right? It's going to bank out right into their face where they have absolutely no time to react. And also it's going to absolutely fully nuke anyone playing short like this. Really good flash to throw as your teammates are running up over bridge. So yeah, I hope all this utility helps you retake B a little more successfully on CS2 Overpass, maybe gets you a few extra rounds in your next premier match.